In this video, I'll show you our newest plugin, the HOFA system ducker. That is a very flexible ducking plugin, which you can use to duck effects like delay and reverb, but also to use for ducking background music behind a voiceover. But also the classical kick and bass sidechain ducking effect is also totally possible. First, I want to show you how to duck effects like delay and reverb. So here's the delay, and it gets a bit in the way of the vocal.
But I can only do this so long, till I feel like something here is so wrong.
I mean, it sounds okay, but maybe it would be nice if the delay gets a bit quieter when the vocals are singing. So let's do this. At first, I'm going to load the ducker, and then I'm going to put my delay pro inside the duck chain of the ducker. Now I have to change the dry wet values. So the delay pro goes to 100% and the ducker maybe like that. And without any further adjustment, it sounds like that.
But I can only do this so long, till I feel like something here is so wrong.
That sounds already okay, but I think the effect could be a little bit stronger. So I turn down the threshold. This makes that the ducker already is activated in the quieter parts of the vocal. Let me lower the attenuation a bit. This controls how much the ducker turns down the delay. And maybe let's choose a little bit longer values for hold and release, so the fades are just a bit gentler.
But I can only do this so long, till I feel like something here is so wrong.
Okay, that sounds quite nice, I think. Of course, you can tweak every parameter just to your liking, and you can make it more obvious or less obvious, and it's just a matter of taste, I think. But instead of a delay, you can also use a reverb. So let's drag this algo verb in there. And without any adjustment, it sounds like this.
But I can only do this so long, till I feel like something here is so wrong.
And you can hear how the reverb gets really loud at the end of the phrase. Another cool feature is the invert button at the top of the plugin right here. And with that, the ducker does exactly the opposite from what it was doing just a minute ago. It turns down the effect when the voice stops. So listen to this.
But I can only do this so long, till I feel like something here is so wrong.
It's not a very typical effect, but you can do something like gated reverbs with this, where you have very much control about how the reverb actually starts and stops. All right, next I want to talk about how to duck background music behind a voiceover. So to do this, you have to insert the ducker onto the background music channel. I've already done this here. Then it's really important you select Sidechain, the voiceover, and activate external sidechain inside the ducker. This is done via this symbol here, or use external sidechain in the menu. All right.
In both forms, texts are read or acted. In general, the audiobook is understood to be a reading of a text by a narrator. Although the various characters in a literary reading may well be performed in different ways.
And you can hear quite well how the ducker turns down the background music every time the speaker is speaking. A really cool feature of the HOFA system ducker is the really long look-ahead time. This can go up to 1 second, but for this example, I think around here is quite well. And combined with longer attack, hold and release times, the ducker can actually turn down the music before the speaker even speaks. So this is really, really nice because you can emulate how you would fade the background music manually if you want to automate everything. But the HOFA system ducker can do this really fast. Now I want to show you the classic kick and bass sidechaining like it's done in electronic music production all over the place. So you insert the ducker onto the bass channel. Sidechain comes from the kick, of course. External sidechain is active, just like in the previous example. And now you can listen to it. works already quite great. Where the attenuation, you can fine-tune how much the bass is turned down. And with attack, hold and release, you can fine-tune how the bass pumps up. And with this, you have super precise control over how the sidechain affects the bass sound. Alright, that is the HOFA System DACA. If you like the plugin, check it out at hofa-plugins.com. There you can also download the free demo version. If you have any questions, please write them down in the comments. Goodbye!